Hi, everybody. I would love to be doing this in person with everybody, but it's pretty cool to check in with everyone virtually. Thank you to Gary, Emily, Natalie, the whole VC Philly team. It's exciting to be part of the programming tonight and focusing on Delaware. My name is Noah Olson. I'm the Innovation Support Manager at the Delaware Prosperity Partnership. We are a public-private partnership that serves as the lead economic development organization for the state of Delaware. Obviously, we're talking all about Delaware tonight. Some of you might have heard, too, that the current president-elect is from Delaware, so we're excited about that. But I'm here to talk about tonight is Startup 302, which is a funding competition for early-stage and tech-enabled startups with underrepresented founders. So beyond the obvious chaos that the COVID pandemic has caused this year, social justice issues have rightfully taken the forefront in many people's minds and agendas, and the business and funding community is included in that as well. I could probably spend my whole 5 minutes rattling off statistics about how underrepresented founders, and I'm primarily referring to people of color and female founders, how folks like that are underfunded and left out of some deals and opportunities simply because of how they look. Some high-level stats I can just rattle off. There's only 1% of all VC-funded founders are Black, and only 8% of VC-funded founders are women from any demographic group. So suffice to say, there are vast inequalities, and we hope to be offering just a small opportunity to boost inclusivity and equity for founders in Delaware and the surrounding regional innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem. So we're based in Delaware, but this is open to everybody. There's obviously been a lot of chatter around increasing equity, inclusion, and ending discrimination. So the group of us who are working on planning Startup 302 are hoping to build out actionable relationships, opportunities, and outcomes, starting with this funding competition. I will run through some logistical information just since time is short. I've got this slide up here that's got our website, startup302.org. We will also be doing a longer than 5-minute informational session, so a more thorough informational session in a couple weeks on December 10th at 12 o'clock, and I will share a link to that specific event with folks too in the chat when I'm done here. The applications are going to open up in January. At the beginning of January, we don't have the date exactly locked down yet, but they'll be open for 6 weeks. Everything will be virtual, so following up on the initial applications, subsequent rounds of pitching, with a final round to be held in April 29th of next year. We're going to have a variety of different types of prizes and other benefits that go along with this, including connections to mentors, potential investors, networking opportunities with other applicants, and the judging. The folks will be doing the judging. There's going to be certain awards that are restricted to companies that are based in or will move to Delaware, but there's going to be others that are open eligibility from folks outside of Delaware and in Delaware too. But we're hoping that this will be an opportunity to make some new connections and open new doors between the Philly entrepreneurship ecosystem and Delaware too. We've got just north of $150,000 raised so far, but we're raising more money to make as big of a prize pool as possible. The ideal applicants in this competition will be pretty early stage tech companies. So folks that haven't raised more than pre-institutional investment is what we're looking at, and it's open to any kind of tech segment, but Delaware's got a heavy kind of legacy and strength in, as we've heard tonight, biotech, chemtech, fintech. Ag is another really big thing in Delaware, so anything ag tech related, any of those would be great applicants. As I've got up on the slide too, Startup 302 is being organized by a diverse group of Delaware organizations. So DPP, University of Delaware's Horn Entrepreneurship Program, Delaware State University Center for Enterprise Development, and the Delaware Sustainable Chemistry Alliance, who you'll hear from shortly. Pedro Moore, who spoke earlier this afternoon, and one of everyone who's here tonight's favorite people, Gary Johnson, is also helping out. So I'll be around the rest of the evening. My contact info is up on the slide, but I'd be happy to connect with folks to answer questions, to learn more about what you're working on, or just to talk about Delaware. I love doing that. So that is it. And I think I'm close to my time limit, unless I went over. But thank you, everybody, and I'd be happy to chat with folks afterwards.
Thank you so much, Noah. That was great. You're just on time, which I love.
Cool.
Super excited about Startup 302. And now I'll open the floor to David Lawson. So David, you can turn on your camera and mic and join us in the webinar space.
Let's go and get this going here.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
All right, super cool, folks. Thank you. So Noah, brilliant as always. Let me just see if I can share my screen. I'm going to move over here and pull up a slide I have. Tell me if you can see this one clearly. Does this come up? Can you see that? Were you able to see that slide?
Did you click share screen?
Yes, I did.
Could you, we don't see anything right now. Could you try clicking that again?
Share screen, see if it comes up.
Yeah. Okay, and then if you select the window that you'd like to share.
Does that come up?
Yeah, awesome.
And if I put it into play mode, does that work?
Beautiful.
All right, folks, super cool. So now we'll go to the European component. You've got a Scottish accent, apologies for that. Dora comes up next, she's got an English accent. So background, moved to Lewis in Delaware. I'm a molecular biologist by training, but worked 27 years at Procter & Gamble. So I'm super interested in innovation. I get networked into the HORN program. You heard about HORN from Noah. And then also some of the work we're doing at the College of Earth, Ocean and Environment. And we decided to pull all these elements together, the best of HORN, the best of the environment, climate change, environmental problems, sustainability, and then some of the skills and tools I learned within Procter & Gamble to create a new program that we just announced about a week ago called REEF at UD. So we were very lucky that a philanthropic family organization decided to support us, the Ratcliffe Foundation from Annapolis, Maryland. They agreed to fund a 3-year program, which we are about to start in January of this coming year, to help entrepreneurial thinking within environmental spaces and sustainability. So if you have anyone that's working in that, and that can be as broad as a technology, it can be something that helps sustainability, it can be a business model that leads to operating sustainability, it can be using any technology that you want, that you think needs to be helped through entrepreneurially into some finished product or business model that you can eventually pitch. Maybe REEF at UD is something you'd want to consider. The benefits of the program, thank you to the Ratcliffe for their ability to give us some of the funding, gives us actually some funding for mentoring sessions, networking sessions, the ability to do some consumer discovery. Who are your consumers? What are your addressable markets? All the things you know and need to do. And also some prototyping capabilities. We're actually going to create a physical space. So this is a little bit of trying to stretch out from Newark and Philadelphia and move down a bit out of Newcastle County. We're down to Sussex. So down here in Sussex County in Lewis, the College of Earth, Ocean and Environment has their marine biology facility. And so we're going to create a physical space here for us to be able to work. And then we'll be networking backwards and forwards between both. We're thinking probably of a 4-month program starting, as I said, in January, completing in May. This is not onerous. This is not taking anyone out of their daily work, but it'd be, 3-hour sessions, maybe Monday, some networking events over the weekend or on a Friday. And at the end of this, there will be 2 fellowships awarded in year 1, giving you $25,000 to $30,000 to continue your project. And in year 2 and 3, the Ratcliffe has agreed to fund 3 fellowships in that area. So this is a super, super interesting program. I've listed here that we said seniors, graduates, and postdocs. The focus a little bit in year 1 is at the university, but absolutely to make this sustainable year 2 and 3 and continuing on, hopefully this will go for a longer time, is the broader community. So we're already starting an outreach through events like this to make sure this is available to everyone for people to think about. Keeping it also super simple. if anyone is interested in this program, they will get my contact information. They can give me a call and we can talk through how it might fit together with what their aspirations are. But that's the program we have, and happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much, David. That was really great. Next up, we will have another accent. We'll have Dora Cheatham. You're on mute.
Hi, everybody. This is moving from the Scottish accent to the British accent. Can everybody see my screen okay? Brilliant. So what I want to talk a little bit about is DESCA. My name's Dora Cheatham. I'm the Executive Director of DESCA. DESCA is a non-profit organization. We've been, no, I can't speak Scottish also from John Mercer. We've been around for around 10 years or so. And our focus is primarily right here in the very, very early stages of startups that come out of mostly research at universities. And we focus on startups that are in chemistry, biochemistry, industrial biotechnology, and agri-science. And a lot of the things that we touch on and we work with are things that several of our speakers today have talked about. And it's things like when you come out of research, you have a very, very big idea of what your technology is going to do. And what we try to do is help you think differently about your technology. So maybe you're looking at solving this huge commodity problem that's going to take millions of dollars and several years to get you there. Maybe you want to rethink how you do that. And maybe what you want to reach out for in the early stages is a small niche problem that you can get to market very, very quickly and validate your technology, generate some revenue, and not lose sight of the big opportunity, but really get you generating revenue quickly. So what we're trying to do primarily with our Tech Connect workshops is really get you thinking differently about your technology. This is a platform. What are the many, many things I should do, and where should I start first? And then on top of that, we've just launched our Tech to Market, which is literally what we talked about is bridging that gap, getting you to think about, stop thinking in terms of technology and technology language and start thinking business. All those languages, those words that get thrown about when you start moving into talking to people, we want you to stop talking technology and start talking business. So that's kind of what we focus on. And then at the same time, we connect you with all those resources that are out there already. The idea is that when you start talking to customers, you're talking to customers in their language, and you're talking to customers and asking the right questions. You're not going to customers and saying, do you think this is interesting? Do you like my technology? So I'm going to enlarge this. I don't know if that is easier for people to see because people are saying the slides are small, but what I can do is also send it. And then as we move around, part of what we do is keep people connected with other entrepreneurs and with their mentors, because as we do this, we don't do it ourselves. We're bringing in people from industry. So the people that you're talking to in our Tech Connect workshops, in the Tech to Market, they are people in industry that are out there doing these things every day. They're working in the business, working in industry, and they're giving you real life feedback on what you're doing and the type of questions you need to be answering. And then throughout this, we have these monthly informal connections, all virtual, all free, where you connect with other entrepreneurs in different stages. Some are very early stage, some are middle stage, some are in their growth mode, where you kind of share these ideas and things like You know, when is a good time to put my SBIR together? How should I do it? Do you have tips and techniques? And we bring in people that can help you answer those questions. And our whole goal is to get you pitching at our investor showcase at the end of your journey, where we put you in front of investors that are specifically looking for your kinds of technologies. And some of those logos at the right side, these are people that companies that have connected with us through the years and stay connected with us. You've heard from some of them today. If you'd like more information, because I think I've reached my time, just shoot me an email. I'll give you my email. I can send this infographic to you, and we can tell you a little bit more about what we do. I think I've done with my time. Is that right?
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Dora. Great job. Next up, we'll have Tim Mueller. So Tim, if you'd like to turn on your mic and camera, join us here. Awesome.
All right. I think hopefully, let me share my screen. And hopefully, can everybody see that? Looks kind of small.
Are you able to make it full screen on your end?
Maybe.
Like in present?
Is that better?
A little bit. Are you able to, if you go to slideshow and click play or something, it should make it a bit bigger.
Let me try. I think I'm maxed out.
That looks awesome. And for folks in the audience, if you want it even bigger, you can click the full screen arrows on the upper right side of the screen. With that, I'll hand over to you, Tim.
Thanks, Emily. I'm really happy to be part of this forum this evening to talk about the great work that's going on in Delaware and to highlight the efforts that we've been working on over the last 3 years here at the Delaware Innovation Space. But first, just a shout out to the Venture Cafe team and Gary for pulling all this together. I know it's a ton of work, and this has been a really great evening. So, you know, if I think about where we play in the ecosystem, you've heard a great deal from other supporting organizations. We really believe that, you know, our secret sauce initially was this high-touch residential incubator. We have about 90 laboratories that support chemistry, material science, agri-science, as well as pharmaceutical and biotech. And that really is what got us off the ground. In addition to those lab spaces, we provide equipment and really a lot of things that really get at the heart of a lot of what you talked about so far, would have been heard so far about converting from a technologist into that business person. But one of the things that we do is we listen to the entrepreneurs and our founders. And, you know, we've decided this year, with the help of an EDA grant, to create a new accelerator that really focuses on, you know, developing those business acumen and driving as quickly as possible our entrepreneurs, you know, with the help of a group of entrepreneurs in residence and a lot of mentors that come from, you know, a number of folks that are on the call this evening, as well as experts in a variety of companies in the local ecosystem. The other thing that we started in 2020, as Mary mentioned, is our first fund. So we were very fortunate to have over 50 applicants to our first fund. We ended up making 3 investments that really has helped to diversify our community. And all 3 of those companies came from outside the Delaware region. So it really demonstrates the value of introducing capital into the equation. Where are we going? Well, certainly recognizing that capital is so critical, we're looking to expand that first fund offering, you know, driving additional funding opportunities, working with the investment community to really drive that a little bit further. So just checking time here. So I talked a lot about our value proposition, but more specifically connections with investors and the VC community. We do our own investments. You know, we have a large facility footprint here that really drives a lot of different science. Some of our secret sauce is really our shared equipment, which is always increasing. and really helping companies that start very small. We have our smallest footprint's about 150 square foot lab pod, but we can scale companies very quickly to grow and meet their needs as they begin to mature and as their technical needs and business needs really begin to morph. So with that, I think, Emily, I'm at about my 5-minute time frame, so I'll hand it back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tim. That was great. And now to close out our lightning talks, I will pass things over to Stephen Tsai. So Steve, if you want to turn on your camera and microphone and join us in the, oh, wow. All right. All right. I'll pass things over to you.
All right. Good evening. Let me share my screen here. Can everybody see that?
Did you, so once you click share screen, it should give you an option to click the application or window.
There you go. Is that it?
Awesome. Yeah, looks great.
All right, great. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephen Tsai. I'm the Executive Director of the P2 Pont Freedom Foundation. And a little bit about our organization. We are a 501c3 here in Delaware that works to celebrate entrepreneurship and model successful entrepreneurship and identify bold and innovative ideas that we believe are going to create jobs, create positive economic impact, and make Delaware a better place to live, work, and raise a family. One of the things that I'm really excited to share with you that we've been working on this year with the help of some folks on this call as well, and Gary as well, who was instrumental in some of our beginning thinking on this process, is a model called the Equitable Entrepreneurial Ecosystem, or the E3 program. And it's a lot to say. It's a mouthful, so we call it E3. But really, the heart of this program, it puts entrepreneurs in the center of the program. We as an organization have a process called the Reinventing Delaware process, where we crowdsource ideas and help bring them to life with coaching and business development. But we knew that with the pandemic, entrepreneurs, especially entrepreneurs of color, really had a difficult time and were impacted significantly. And so
Stephen, it looks like you're frozen. Are you still with us, Stephen? I see your camera screen is moving. Oh no, Stephen. Oh man. Yeah, maybe he's just really feeling that emotion right now. Okay, looks like he hopped off. Let's give him a moment. It looks like he got booted from our platform, so we'll give him a few more moments. Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
You're back.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was here. I heard you. Not sure what happened. So.
Okay, we'll give it another try.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Won't reduce your time.
Okay. All right, good. So really the goal is for entrepreneurs to really fill out a self-assessment tool to tell us where they are, whether that's early stage or ready for expansion. And we build strategic coalitions of partners in our citywide sites that focus on 5 key areas across the entrepreneurial life cycle: entrepreneurship coaching and business planning, branding and marketing, technology and infrastructure, space designation and placement, and access to funding. We identified, for example, Wilmington, 70 plus partners that could fit within each of those buckets, and have designed sort of a menu of partners that we can deploy to create customized success plans for any entrepreneur that comes into our program. For example, we're working with a young entrepreneur now who's a female. She is a custom hair and jewelry designer, and we identified through her assessment that she needed formal business pivoting. She was a solopreneur, and now we are recommending and providing services to help her to become a corporation, as well as leveraging her business strategy. She has 65,000 Instagram followers, and we're putting her on a path to become an influencer and a social marketer to help grow her business. So every entrepreneur that comes in gets a customized success plan based on their needs assessment, and is given a navigator role and a concierge role, which design their plan and then walk through them as a case manager almost to shepherd them through their user journey to each individual recommended service providing partner. And at the end, the outcomes are obviously to create this ecosystem in multiple cities throughout the state. So we have a statewide collaborative, we have collaborative learning and monthly sessions. For example, next month, we're going to be doing a session on the health insurance enrollment process for small businesses. And then ultimately through these ecosystems, we hope to accelerate the development and growth of small business, create wealth for our entrepreneurs, and continue to honor and celebrate their success. So that's my time. If anybody's interested in learning more, I'll be around for questions. Let me stop sharing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen. And thank you to all of our presenters for joining us for these awesome lightning talks. We will now be